So environment, I think it's something you take control of really well. I think you're hyper aware of it, and you've said some things today that confirm that to me. You are awaiting a visa to get into Dubai for what you've already described as a positive environment shift for you. It's a buzzword that I've been reflecting on an awful lot this year, to the point where I'm moving house. I'm spending a lot more time up and down here. I'm over in Austin in October to just sort of bask in everything going on over there. It's difficult to change your environment in a conventional setting. I think we're quite fortunate that we can have a little bit more flexibility in the positions that we are to sort of change things quickly. But I think environment is one of the biggest challenges that people face in the modern world when it comes to managing their well-being and understanding their priorities. So given that you seem to be an expert at this point and have a lot of self-awareness in understanding how to manipulate your environment to get the best out of yourself, what would be your biggest pieces of advice for anyone that might need an environment change? What are the questions they should be asking themselves about their environment?
Yeah, I think the first thing before you even worry about your environment is aligning, like I said, those core things that are important to you to feel good. Because like in anything, in any good relationship, you have to be happy in yourself and be in a good place before you can enter into a relationship with someone else. The same thing applies when you're thinking about your training environment. You need that core foundation of the sleep, the nutrition, the feeling good first of all, before you can look to insert yourself into another environment or create an environment of people around you to help yourself move forward. So that's the first element in this. Now, when you're traveling, that's the thing that stays with you everywhere you go. So your core values when it comes to your health and fitness, wherever you are located, stays with you. Whether that be the types of food you eat, the amount of hours you like to sleep, your day-to-day routine, that's something that stays with you. The second thing is, if you don't have the luxury to be able to relocate yourself in and around the training environment, i.e. the gym, and the skill sets of people that is going to help you succeed, then you've got to look at ways in which you can make them appear around you. And I'll unpack that a little bit further. What I'm saying is if you've got goals to be an amazing Olympic weightlifter, and you know that there is 5 very good weightlifters that are an hour away, and it's not possible for you to relocate that hour or those 6 hours away to be with those people, then what you need to do then instead is think about, okay, is there a way that I can surround those people around me? And if it's not physically available to help someone move and relocate around you, or create a gym environment that is important to be able to facilitate your training as best as possible, then this is where you need to utilize the online community and the online world to have regular touch points and interactions with people that are going to positively lift you up, I guess, from a community standpoint to excel. Because the thing is, if you're having conversations and spending time with people that are doing what you want to be doing, or have the knowledge and the skill sets that you want on a regular basis, that in itself is a huge improvement to your environment. And like you said, we come back to the fact that, okay, yeah, it's easy for me to say, okay, I can relocate country because I want to be around ambitious people. If that isn't the case and that's not a reality, it's like, okay, how do I spend time with those ambitious people on a regular basis? Can I provide them to come and stay with me? Can I invite people to come and be near where I am? What can I do to facilitate that? And then in another instance, it's like, what community can I join or group can I join? There's lots of people in that are adding value for that aspect. And that's something that I applied in my early stages of business, in the sense that there was things that I needed or to understand or to learn that I didn't have in one of my businesses. I made an extended effort for 6 months every single week to speak to someone that had more knowledge than me in that area. And if you don't ask the questions and you don't reach out to people to see, you'll never know. And that is a perfect example of how you can surround yourself with a more knowledgeable environment to a goal that you want to achieve without necessarily having to relocate or uplift your world.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. It's sort of the cliche you can throw at this one, isn't it? And I think, again, in a training setting, in a business setting, in a work setting, it's why networking in financial institutions has become so pivotal, because you can meet people you can do things with, you can interact with people who you can move laterally in a job setting. These are all pretty standard things in a professional setting, but if we can become isolated in our own world, it's easy to forget that there's probably things closer to us than we realize that will help manipulate a negative interaction with our environment. Even things like the whole Navy SEAL make your bed first thing in the morning stuff it's a state change. It's creating an environment that will have a slight positive uptick that means that might lead to momentum elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And for me this year, it's been a huge thing to sort of address who is available to me, what is available to me close by, what is further away, who do I need to get on the phone to, who do I need to have a regular call with, what do I need to allocate time to, and then actually take action on it rather than just sort of conceptualize it. And I think a lot of conversations I have on the topic tend to be, well, I can't do this because of this, or this can't happen because of this. And it doesn't need to be, oh, well, I can't move to Dubai because I can't move to Dubai to train in that gym with those people for that reason because I've got this job. It's like, okay, well, how can you in your world manipulate things a little bit more to extract more from your environment? Because there's no blueprint, because we're all individuals, but the mechanisms are all quite similar in many ways, isn't it? You've got to go looking.
And it does require effort, at the end of the day. It's easy, like you said, for any of us to make an excuse as to why we didn't do something. But again, when I think about, okay, I'm going to put myself in that situation now where I know that there's things that I could have been doing that would have been beneficial or helpful to me, and I've chose no, or I've been lazy about it. It's because I hadn't got really clear with what the benefit is of doing this. And that's where, like, if your goal is to, improve your health and performance from a training standpoint, get really clear as to how that benefit is going to impact your life, or how that change is going to impact your life, because it makes it much easier for you to then make those good decisions each day that are going to result in a better environment, better performance in whatever you do.